Enough of that shit. Play my intro.
Give me a motherfucking beat.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, football fans all around the world. Here in this wonderful, wonderful country here of America. First of all, Happy New Year's Eve to all of you guys. Hope that you are excited for an amazing, exciting 2020. It is already shaping out to be that way, especially with recent developments here within the last, we could say with the Ron Rivera thing, that was within the last 72. I mean, we know that was pretty much already done and sewn up within the last week and a half to 2 weeks. The whole Urban Meyer showing up to Rescue Stadium thing, that was just smoke and mirrors, ladies and gentlemen. We kind of knew that one was going down, but within at least the last 24 hours, things have gotten quite crazy. In this wonderful, wonderful league of ours. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on Sportscaster by hitting that, green follow button. Become a fan of us on Sportscaster as well. Sign up for Rumboyz.com so that you can get all the latest updates and news. There are more extensive details into some of the stories that I'm going to go into up there on Rumboyz.com, as well as multiple other articles on multiple different various other things. Let's check out first, before we get into the news, who we got in the chat. We got Leafs defense is a bum up in here. Arku, what is good? He's like, what the fuck, Jerry Jones? What's up? No update on Garrett. We're gonna actually talk about that. John Dorsey to the XFL. Wow, that one's hilarious. I like that. You're right though. The Jerry Jones thing is quite ridiculous. Chubby Chub in here on Sportscaster. SW Luke on Sportscaster. New England super fan in here as well. Blaze X joining the Sportscaster discussion. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dakota, Bills Mafia, Rob, same name. Dakota was flexing on the gram the other day. I see you, Dakota. I see you with the watch and everything, man. But let's go ahead and we're gonna dive right into it. So first, the big piece of groundbreaking news that took place this morning out of Washington, D.C. Ron Rivera pretty much being the first major domino to fall. Whenever we talk about the coaching carousel. Give me just 1 second. Sorry. All right. People hit me up on the Twitters. Twitters is going crazy right now with all this news. So first things first, if we got to go through this timeline, we got to go through it in the way that everything was reported. Even with a lot of details being out there that we have now, I'm still seeing people go out there and get things wrong. And I'm still seeing people just running and going off the first initial report. That's why I didn't sit back and report all of these instances as at once. Just we're going to do it in one stream. I'm going to talk about my theories, what I think is going on. If I get a phone call in the middle of this stream, then I will get up, take that phone call, and if I'm able to break that news, then I will do so. I probably should. I shouldn't get a phone call during this stream. For the most part, everything within Redskins camp has been sorted out. All right. So once again, Ron Rivera first domino to fall. Then after Ron Rivera, that domino falls, there was still some murkiness over okay, who's gonna come in and be the defensive coordinator. Now, first things first is O'Connell's going to be kept. Kyle O'Connell's going to be kept as the offensive coordinator. We need to keep some type of continuity there for young Dwayne Haskins. So O'Connell stays. So that's the first thing. So then it's, okay, who's going to be the Washington Redskins DC at that point? Defensive coordinator. So when we look at available defensive coordinators, everyone was assuming Steve Wilks. No. All arrows are pointing to Jack Del Rio. Nothing is officially set in stone, but I can tell you this. The memes have already started rolling with Booger McFarland's face stating that with Jack Del Rio being the new defensive coordinator, that means Steve Wilks will not be the new defensive coordinator. There's memes and stuff like that. You guys can check them out on our Twitter. GVina1977, thank you for joining. Welcome. SW, look, why are you ready to stream? But let's see here. So that cancels out Steve Wilks. So Steve Wilks, it doesn't appear that he's going to be getting a job. Nick Howard, what is good, homie? What is good? So there's that. There's those first two. Now I also want to add, with having Jack Del Rio, this points to a couple of things. One, Dan Snyder 2 weeks ago came out on record and stated that he wants to move the Washington Redskins defense into a 4-3 instead of the current 3-4. Automatic boom reasoning for bringing in both Rivera and Jack Del Rio. Yeah, but rating his stream is all you're doing is helping him. You didn't do anything. You didn't make a difference. I get what you're trying to do, but you didn't help. Also, with that being stated, the Ron Rivera Jack Del Rio team that's gonna be a bolstered team. It's gonna be a very strong one for DC. In 2002, Del Rio took over the league's worst defense in the Carolina Panthers and turned it into the NFL's second-ranked unit. In 2012, he took the Broncos that were ranked 20th the previous year and brought them to a top 2 defense. So there you go. Jake, you want about 2K worth of merchandise and collectibles? Jake, what is good? Well, I would have had to do StreamYard if you were gonna pop in. If you were gonna pop in for this one, but I'll probably be here for about 30 to 45 minutes. So I want to make sure that I get all the details and all the facts out, because like I said, I've been seeing a lot of independent reporters go out there and still state the wrong things despite what we know, what is factual, what is being reported, what is on record. So I want to just clear out any conspiracy theories, and I want to just talk about pure facts right now to make sure that the public is taken care of in what's being reported. So I mean, but that's the first thing that I want to hit on. With Del Rio, his track record as a defensive coordinator, with Snyder wanting to go to a 4-3, that is pointing to me, hot take, bold prediction here, So we may need to clip this one and snip it so we can post this on Instagram and Twitter as well. Chase Young is probably going to be who we take at second. We're probably going to go after Chase Young. I see absolutely positively no reason why the Redskins will not do that. It is too much of a high-profile star, if you will. Since the second coming of back in the old days when we had Sean Taylor. We haven't had a star on defense in years. This is the chance. This is, what it's looking like. Damn, Kentucky's going to beat Virginia Tech. Wow. 31-30 in that game. So that's what we know so far in terms of that one organization. Okay? As well as the lead medical trainer has been relieved of his duties as well. Kyle, what is good? What is good? Only if they are Kitchens merch. Wow. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Now, let's get into the next team that we're going to break down. All right? Now, this team is all Tampa 2 join the chat. I like that. A little Jack Del Rio reference there. Yeah, Young is pretty much the only pick at number 2. You go best available player on the board. You get Chase Young if you're the Redskins. Exactly. Chase Young and Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio's defense is a match made in heaven. Oh, look at the cute carousel. Yo, look at Jason Garrett's face. Like we got Jason Garrett's face right here because he's the one that we're gonna get into him later, but he's the one that yeah, big question marks around. Big question marks surrounding that situation. But the next domino that we are going to get into, we're actually keeping this in the NFC East. It's kind of interesting how a lot of these work out, if you will. And we're going to talk about the New York Giants. Now, first reported that the Giants are expected to interview former Packers head coach Mike McCarthy this weekend, per source. That piece of information, that report comes down about 6 hours ago. Now, right after that, this one candidate is linked to about two different jobs. Okay? Baylor head coach Matt Rule had declined his interview with the Browns. Matt Rule was actually scheduled and already preset up to go in there. Yep, SW Luke, he literally declined, turned around and was like, nope, I'm not taking it now. Then decided that he is going to make his focus be for the Giants and Panthers head coaching jobs. And that's what he's favoring and what he's stating is most desirable for him. So now you got Mike McCarthy and Matt Rule that could take those Giants jobs. Now, I don't know. The Giants get very interesting and very, very, very murky. Okay? And Cleveland is another one that gets very interesting and very murky. So now almost about 2 hours in the timeline of today, New Year's Eve, final day of 2019, a couple of hours pass, and we're assuming that, okay, maybe the Giants are just going to look for these two, and that'll be that. That's not the case. Queen of Kings, what is good? Thank you for hopping in on the Sportscaster stream. I'm going to hit that green button, become a fan of you. Hopefully you become a fan of me. Couple of hours then go by, and then we get news that the Giants have now requested permission to interview Patriots special team coordinator Jim Judge for the head coaching vacancy. He could be another special teams guy that could maybe make a leap from special teams all the way to head coach. Other team coaches have done this. It's going to be interesting. Definitely interesting. Joe Judge has most recently worked under Nick Saban at Alabama, and Belichick, and of course Belichick with the Patriots. Um, Judge added wide receiver duties this year, expanding his kind of depth, if you will. Kind of similar to how John Harbaugh had kind of the DB responsibilities back in his tenure. All right, Wildcats will defeat the Hokies. Hey, it is what it is. I can't believe we let that happen. But he is gonna be he is gonna be a candidate as well. I don't know about the whole picking from the Belichick tree thing. Nothing has actually been excuse me, I just had to stop from sneezing. Appreciate that follow, Queen of Kings. But with that being said and with that being stated, I'm not sure about picking from the Belichick tree. I'm not sure about the Giants going with the college coach in Rule out of Baylor. I feel like there's other college names that you could go and you could look at if you want to go and get a guy of that college play style. I've always been looking out for others and very optimistic through my life, but I'm going rogue in 2020. Will be me first, period. Number 26, be your own carrier. Number 17, rebuild yourself. Very nice, Nick Howard. Very nice. I like that motivation heading into the new year. We're actually going to be talking about your Browns here in a minute. We're going through the full timeline as how all this is happening now and how the league is shaping up. But yeah, I mean, with the Giants, your best bet is for you to go with Mike McCarthy. I prefer, no matter what team it is, no matter what fan I am, despite wearing a Redskins hoodie, you want a guy with NFL experience. I get that the game is getting younger and it's becoming a younger man's game. By the season, by the year. But I don't know. I don't know if going with Matt Rule out of Baylor is your best bet. Hasty94, what's good? What's good? And I don't know if I don't know if going any of the college coaching options are it for the New York Giants. And I don't know if bringing a Belichick guy in is probably the best thing for him. Go get McCarthy. Get you a guy with NFL experience that's done it, has had success. He's had success with the Packers. Hey, I'm gonna give you a follow as well, brother. I'm gonna give you a follow as well. I did not realize that you were following. If you subscribe to the channel and you are new, that is greatly appreciated, bro. And I'll toss you one as well back. There you go. Hooking it up, showing that love. So next team that we're gonna move on to, we're gonna move on from the New York Giants. Like I said, they have a lot of names, tossed into the ring there, and I'm not sure how that's gonna shape up for them. Another team that has a lot of names tossed into the ring. This one's about to get interesting. Nick Howard, you're up. You're up. It is time for us to talk about your Cleveland Browns. So, after Matt Rule declines the Cleveland Browns went all the way to the West Coast and literally made a call to every single member, basically damn near, of the San Francisco 49ers coaching staff. First up was Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator. What do you mean, who they? What do you mean, who's they? Nick? Mm-mm-mm. But you're also a Browns fan. You're also a Browns fan as well. He's like, I'm a Raider fan. He is pissed. He is done. He is done. He is done with the Browns. Oh my gosh. I just caught on to it. So the Browns, very, very murky coaching situation. Um, so they're also going to look at 49ers run game coordinator Mike McDaniel. They are also going to look at the other Mike on the coaching staff, Mike LaFleur, Matt LaFleur's little brother, all in the same weekend. Browns who? Browns who they? All in the same weekend. They are interviewing 3 coaches, all from the exact same staff. That shit is so confusing to me. And then they turned around and they got rid of John Dorsey. John Dorsey, let's see here. I want to make sure that I get this correct. I want to get this, and we're actually going to read the statement too. So, Browns are now searching for their 12th head coach and 10th general manager since returning to the NFL in 1999. 99. So, just put in perspective, the rest of the AFC North, the Ravens 2 head coaches, 2 GMs, Steelers 2 head coaches, 1 GM, Bengals 4 head coaches, 1 GM. Also with that, okay, so, and both parties mutually parted ways. Haslam and Dorsey, both parties, Haslam was like, oh, it's cool, you do you. John Dorsey also has 2 years remaining on his contract. He becomes the latest in a long line of former Browns high-level employees to collect millions from the Haslams. You pissed me off. I don't see you. You don't exist to me, to be honest. That's how it goes with me. Like, Rule has it great. Baylor, I do not blame him for staying in college. Yeah, Baylor has low expectations. Leafs defense is bum. Kyle, you're a Cowboys fan? Why? Oh, we're going to talk about the Cowboys here in a minute, too. So, right now, in terms of Haslam, I don't think that he as an owner knows what he's doing. I am very critical over Dan Snyder, but Snyder is it seems like getting it together, and it seems like he's been trying to actually get it together for quite some time. By the way, I saw a report today that Trent Williams, now that Bruce Allen is gone, may report to the Redskins. I don't like that. Get your ass out of here, dog. But he said he's leaning towards staying at Baylor. Hey, good on him. Good on him. But with that being said, I don't know if Jim Haslam knows exactly what he's doing, and maybe knows how to feel. I get the firing of Freddie Kitchens. I understand the Browns' frustrations as a fan base with John Dorsey. I've never met a Browns fan that was happy with Dorsey. Here's the official statement. Statement from D and Jimmy Haslam. We have a great appreciation for John and all he has done with the Cleveland Browns. He has helped create a foundation that we need to continue to develop and build upon. While John helped greatly improve our team's talent, and we are excited about the core players on our roster, we fully recognize that our team did not meet its potential on or off the field, and additional changes in leadership give us the best opportunity for success in the future. As the role of general manager continues to evolve in the league, we felt that there were areas that we needed to that need to be reassessed. Over the last 48 hours, we've had a discussion with John about his role, but could not come to an agreement on a position that would enable him to remain with the organization. As we conveyed on Sunday, and our players reiterated yesterday, bringing in a strong leader with our head coach is our priority. Our process is to improve upon the leadership. Will allow the flexibility to ensure we create the best partnership between our future head coach and general manager. We know the road of our tenure as stewards of the franchise has been a test of patience, as we all want success that our fans so deserve, and we relentlessly committed to working towards. We fully appreciate, understand, and empathize with our fans, and as we work towards our ultimate goal of building a championship level football team. And that's a statement from D and Jimmy. Just 1 second, guys. I'm gonna blow my nose. Apologize about that. So, with that being stated, and after reading that statement, it's definitely looking like that that it's going to be a while before the Browns live up to the expectations of what we thought that they were. At least that's what it looks like from the outside looking in. Now, I could be wrong. You know, they could bring in somebody that could, just call all the right plays and completely turn this thing around. For the Browns, I feel that the best fit would probably be someone like Robert Saleh. But also with that, I want to also make sure that I reiterate that Saleh has it really good in San Fran. And actually, all those guys have it really good in San Fran. It's not like there's a whole, I hope whoever they are, get Allen at GM and Garrett as head coach and trade Baker, Landry, and Garrett to the Raiders. What? What? That was crazy. Whoa. Wow. So you think the Cleveland Browns, would take Bruce Allen as a GM and Jason Garrett as a head coach? I don't know about that. Josh McDaniels, with Josh McDaniels, I think there was a report that the Giants were looking at Josh McDaniels. But yeah. Yeah, I believe it's the and the Giants also have a meeting with Eric Bieniemy as well. I forgot to mention that one earlier. The Browns also are going to have a meeting with Greg Roman. I don't associate with that ever. They're called with Haslam as owner. Damn. Yep. So and yes, and the Giants. So the Giants are seeking permission to interview Josh McDaniels as well. So they have Josh McDaniels, Rule, Eric Bieniemy. Their list is absolutely insane. Mike McCarthy. And then I mentioned the other one earlier. And Joe Judge. So with the Giants, it's looking like they could try and pluck someone from that Patriots tree. I don't think that McDaniels is going to leave, and I don't know if they fully sell themselves on Judge. Like I feel like David Gettleman would have to be smoking some seriously strong shit in order to. Can I say that on there? Seahawks about to win the Eagles game. Oh yes, they are. BKB. What is good, bro? Thank you for hopping in on both. I don't foresee. If they get Bieniemy, hey, that's good on them. But I don't even think that he's leaving OKC. Mike McCarthy and Freddie Kitchens will look like the same exact head coach. Put them both in dog pound hoodies side by side. You'll never know they switched. Oh, shit. Mike McCarthy definitely ain't going back to his days in Cleveland. So, yeah, so that's the whole entire Giants list. The Browns, it looks like that they're pulling someone from the 49ers. So that's the drama going down with those two teams, and both of their storylines and both of their paths are like literally entangling with each other. Oh, Purple Haze, I broke that down right at the beginning of this stream. That was a big bombshell that we actually opened up with, because believe it or not, the Redskins are the big domino that made everything else and all the rest of these pieces fall for the rest of these teams. Next, we're going to get into the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars, we're only going to touch on them for a little bit. They're retaining Doug Marrone. And I think that it was Nick Howard that had dropped a take that he felt that the Jags should not keep Marrone. I think it was I think it was Nick Howard. Stefanski staying in Atlanta. Atlanta's gonna. I think Stefanski. Yeah, he's still in Atlanta. No, yeah, Stefanski's name has not been mentioned at all. Cleveland trying to make a new Rooney Rule. You must interview head coaches with hypertension and have a future possibility of cardiac arrest. Oh my gosh, that's messed up. That went dark really quick. That was a really dark joke, Nick. That was a really dark joke. But yeah, Doug Marrone is returning in Jacksonville. Out of any and all coaches being retained, Dan Quinn's being retained in Atlanta. I feel like you got to give Marrone a little bit more time. Same thing with Flores, like in Miami. Give him more time. So some of these coaches being retained by lesser underperforming teams. Zach Taylor being retained in his second year. I like this. But Marrone, I'm not sure about. Let's see if him and Gardner Minshew can kind of keep the flow going. Minshew had a good flow going at the beginning of the season. Next that we are going to touch on is that of the Dallas Cowboys. So now, Koo, this is your opportunity to yell in the chat and let it all out. The Cowboys situation, we can tie the Cowboys situation kind of in with me touching on the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are going into 2020 keeping Mitchell Trubisky as their quarterback, which in reality is was probably the best decision, was probably the best thing for them. He looked good towards the end of the year, yada yada, all things like that. When I tweeted out that news that the Bears were sticking with Mitch Trubisky, Bears fans on Twitter weren't necessarily happy or excited, but they did state that, hey, he's our quarterback. It is what it is. That's our fan or us as fans. We got to support him. We got to rock with what the organization states. That has not been Dallas Cowboys fans with this Jason Garrett situation. Dallas Cowboys fans are pissed right now. There is no other fan base more pissed off than the Dallas Cowboys right now. You don't even have to be a Dallas Cowboys fan in order to understand the frustration. How emotionally attached do you have to be, Jerry Jones, that you're keeping this guy as your coach? We've rotated a lot of coaches since Dan Snyder's owned the team. It goes back to Steve Spurrier. It goes back to Jim Zorn. The Shanahans and Schneider had a really fucked up relationship. No, but one thing I can say about Schneider is that he's always trying to move things around and trying to make pieces happen. And he gets frustrated with mediocrity. He gets frustrated with not winning. I can at least say that I have an owner that wants to fucking win. And I can see that in him. And Jerry Jones wants, Jerry Jones, if you wanted to win, you would have been acting the way that Snyder's acted during this offseason. You would have went and right away started making improvements. You would have witnessed the red flags, like, right away. Right away. The Cowboys are like, we all know those friends, right? That their relationship is stupid fucking toxic, and these two people have no business being together. But they stay together for, like, the kids. And all that does is just make shit more fucked up for the kids. The players in this scenario are the kids. There is no need for you two to stay together. Jerry Jones, Jason Garrett, split ways. Jerry Jones even let Jason Garrett watch film of this most recent exiting out of because they had a shot at the playoffs. This is a team that can't get over the hump, that can't get things done. Like if I was a fan of that team, I'd be frustrated too. You know, my team has been underperforming, and I've been underperforming for some time. So I don't know the feeling of just being mediocre year in and year out and not being able to get over the hump. Because my team literally goes like this. We sucked from Spurrier to Zorn. I'm missing a coach somewhere in between there. We had some success with Shanahan. We had a little bit, like, Gruden was, like, mediocre, but, you know, I believe Gruden made the playoffs, like twice for us. Shanahan made the playoffs with RG3. Shanahan ruined RG3. Which that's forever going to be a stain on his resume. And then we bring in Gruden. Gruden, all right, you know. Mike Nell, what's good? My theory is Jerry Jones took so long to fire because everyone kept telling him to fire Garrett, and Jones is stubborn. So you feel like it's kind of like an ultimatum thing where he's like, I'm gonna do whatever fucks you over like the most. And I feel that. I feel that, but I mean, when Washington had Cousins, I was definitely happy for them. I hated it. I did not. I just didn't like that they franchised him twice. Oh yeah, that was bad. That was bad for business. That was grimy on our part. But it is what it is. Yeah, Landon, I know. So, I mean, the Cowboys are the biggest losers of the offseason so far. And the offseason just started. And you're already setting yourself up for failure heading into the next year. Garrett should have been fired. I understand keeping him because you were on that playoff run, and I said that multiple times on Rumboyz After Dark. You guys don't believe me? You can go back and you can check it. But now it's time to let go. The season is over. Let it go. Let it go. And new report coming out that Roman won't say when he will talk to the Cleveland Browns. So new report coming out. Greg Roman is not going to actually state when he is going to sit down and talk with the Browns. Yep. Oh, so yeah, he's not fired. He's meeting with Garrett tonight to see if they can work on changes, settle responsibilities. That's what I've been hearing. I'm embarrassed. I defend that. My team and was optimistic self. It was my optimistic self, dude. It's all good. It's all good. It's the NFL. None of us knows how any of this is going to turn out half the time. But I mean, so far, that's what we're looking at. I mean, I guess within the hour, the Jets did sign a kicker, Brett Maher. But I mean, those are all of our updates, literally up to the minute. Those are all of our updates up to the minute. Also, by the way, as of 23 hours ago, I stated this last night on last night's broadcast or on the play-by-play. But if you guys missed it, and if you're here for NFL news and NFL news only, the Broncos president / CEO Joe Ellis announced yesterday that Brittany Bowlen has distinguished herself as the only successor to her late father, Pat Bowlen, who, of course, passed earlier this year. But the family needs to come together and support her. Otherwise, the sale of the team would be a possibility. So, that situation, nothing new on the sale or purchase of the Denver Broncos. That is still up in the air. So that is all that we know so far this offseason. Definitely very, very, very interesting how all these dominoes can fall for each and every single one of these teams. Browns and Giants have the murkiest future of all. Cowboys, hopefully you guys release Garrett and you're not keeping him, but it sounds like that there's a chance that you could be. Stephen A. Jason Garrett should be fired after Thanksgiving. That is correct. Stephen A. did state that. So we can actually touch on that. That report actually comes down around about 2 hours ago. Antonio Brown himself stated that the whole workout, it's actually on his Twitter about 2 hours ago, stated that the whole workout was a publicity stunt and nothing more than that. So it doesn't sound like AB's ever gonna play football ever again. To be honest, from what I'm hearing, from the way that the commissioner Roger Goodell has handled the AB situation, when Goodell came out on record and stated to the public that he would put AB on the exempt list if the Saints did sign him, tells me that Goodell's not letting him back in the NFL, period. No matter what happens, it sounds like Antonio Brown's never going to play football ever again. This is a real blackballing situation, but AB put himself in that predicament. You can't go on Twitter and say, fuck the league, bro. You can't go on Twitter and say, fuck your employer and expect them to still give you a job. Like, that's just not going to work out that way. That's not going to work out that way. And then he's R.I.P. Harambe. But I mean, and then also with that, I mean, it's just it's just all, none of it's good. None of it's good. Super Bowl, wow. 500 mark is cursed. They could have the all-decade team and would still be 8-8. Come on, Treat. Damn. But that's what it sounded like. Yeah, AB is literally ruining himself at this point. It's not looking good. It's actually looking all very, 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 very bad for him. I personally do not believe that he is turning down 40 mil guaranteed. I don't think that he's ever going to step foot in another NFL uniform for another NFL team, period. You just can't do that. I mean, and also with that, like, okay, now I remember what I was going to state. He's talked so much shit about other players in the league and like try to call out other players in the league from multiple different teams. Like, that's going to cause problems if he goes to a team where he called one of those players out. Like that's going to be a fight in the locker room. Wow. I will miss Lynn Bowden Jr. Has he officially declared? So yeah, that's all of our news and updates so far, guys. That's what we got for the afternoon. I just wanted to come live and make sure that I sorted out a lot of these reports. A lot of these reports. Like, I was legitimately still seeing Redskins fans on Facebook report Steve Wilks as potential defensive coordinator, and I'm like, holy, that's such an old report to be going off of. If anything breaking happens, I'm gonna definitely get to it. If Jason Garrett gets fired, we'll definitely have a video for that. Very well looks like there could be 3 new head coaches in the NFC East. Like, very well. Robbie should fight AB for celebrity deathmatch. Dude, I'm letting go of all my issues with Antonio Brown heading into 2020. I'm tired of trying to reach out to that dude and fucking tell him to put his phone down. Ironically enough, if you guys go back and you watch the Jimmo the Icon interview, the fantasy football testimony, Jimmo the Icon is actually pretty him and AB they tweet each other, and freaking for the New Year's tweet I got tagged along with AB84. I just didn't like it. I was like, God damn it. The Dolphins hired Chan Gailey as offensive coordinator. That's going to be huge for Miami. He's about to bring it on for Miami. That man is the spread offense nightmare. Gonna be interesting to see how that one plays out here. So Chan Gailey comes out of retirement. That is crazy. Oh, that is crazy. So the last time that we saw Chan Gailey, all right, he was super heavy on four wide receiver sets. All right, when passing during 2015 through 2016 as the Jets offensive coordinator. Excuse me, in 2015, 3+ wide receiver sets, 89%. 4+ wide receiver sets, 51%. In 2016, 86% of 3+ wide receiver sets, 46% of 4+ wide receiver sets. That it's gonna get real crazy for New York up there. I hope that that Sam Darnold doesn't turn the ball over a whole hell of a lot. Just being completely honest. So yeah, guys, that's our news. I thought I saw that headline earlier too, but I must have left that one out on my notes. I can't believe I left that one out. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. No, fuck. Why did I just say Sam Darnold? Ryan Fitzpatrick, because yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick is more likely going to be coming back. For Miami. Actually, Miami stated that they're bringing back Fitzpatrick and Rosen. Dun, dun, dun. Joe Rogan will knock him freak out. Yeah, Chan Gailey was the Fitzmagic starter. Yeah, up in when he was up there in New York. So the spread offense guru is officially back in the NFL. That's gonna be interesting, bro. AB on the Joe Rogan podcast would be great, dude. Shotgun his ass. Wow. So yeah, that's really huge news for Miami. Miami's going to look a lot different next year. Just throwing this out there. But do any of you non-Brown fans still have or ever felt bad for them, or is it just pure comedy? I do feel bad for the Browns. I have legitimately felt bad for the Browns all year long. All year long. Bro, there was literally a video, final game of the season, the fans that sit by where the tunnel where the players come out, the players are in the tunnel. Baker's sitting there stretching. He's got like Jarvis next to him and OBJ, like all the guys, all of his teammates. And the stands are heckling the players. And Baker legitimately turns up to the stands and is like, "Why don't you come down here and say it to my fucking face?" And he's like, then the fan, he's like, we can't come down there. We can't come down there. He's like, "But if we could, I fucking would." Like, it was bad. Like, the fans want to fight the players. Myles Garrett got punched in the face in traffic while taking a fan pic. It's all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. Exactly. The Browns look damn good on paper. And I feel like they're going to fall victim to that again next year. So we about to get it, though. But definitely a good start to the off season. I'm going to kill the rest of this and then probably go relax here. Let's see if we can get some opinions from the chat, from both chats here about what we got going on. If you guys make sure head into 2020, we're gonna have some New Year's designs here coming out. Well, make sure you support the Rumboyz merch. Check out the merch line there, rumboyz.com. Damn. Lions have officially parted ways with assistant coaches John Bonamego, Al Golden, Rodney Hill, Harold Nash, Brian Stewart, and Chris White. Let me just sum that up for everyone. All that's left for the Lions now is pretty much Matt Patricia. Young and Nelly. Yo, what is good? Anthony, bro, long time no see. I know that you are happy for your Bills getting ready to take on the Texans. Be sure you check out that Bills Texans article on Rumboyz.com, man. So the Lions just now made a move. Big bombshell coming out of Detroit. And that one is actually up on my Twitter as well. Yeah, Mike Nelson, this is the cleaning house day. There's gonna be bombshells dropping like this all day. Exactly, Jake. Everyone but Patricia is gone. They got rid of everyone. Damn, that shit got bad quick for Lions. So now that makes me wonder. Get your info from Sleeper. Oh, I'm like already ahead. I'm already so far ahead of Sleeper with my updates right now. So Lions it sounds like that you guys are entering rebuild phase. It seems like you guys were kind of doing it, and this year was kind of your chance that if you stayed healthy, that you could have maybe kept yourselves out of that a little bit longer. I think the Lions could go for a quarterback, maybe. I think the Lions could end up going for a quarterback. They are going to be in the top half of that draft order. So it's very well possible. Jason Garrett not fired yet. The Lions just said, fuck all y'all. I got rid of everyone. And the Cowboys are like, we're still... Oh, man. Lions animal abuse. The Lions just fired their whole coaching staff. Jason Garrett still has a job. Cowboys fans, y'all ain't never gonna get a Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones wants nobody around him but yes men. Y'all ain't never gonna do nothing. Like you gotta change. Like you gotta change. Like the league is. J-Love, nah, I'm playing. I've been joking his name a lot. When the Panthers settle on a new head coach, do you think Cam is still the starting QB or is he getting traded? That's a very, very good discussion for us to have. It's going to depend on who the head coach is. The Panthers are being very, very close to the vest about who they are bringing in and what they are doing. Bringing Cam back shows that you feel like you don't need to rebuild. I personally think that it is best for them to move on past Cam. But it is literally going to depend on who that head coach is and what system gets brought in. But the Panthers have been very quiet about what they are doing. If you notice, we barely even touched. We went around every other team during today's Coaching Carousel special, but the Carolina Panthers is actually quite crazy to be honest that we didn't even touch on that team. Yeah, Stafford broke his back. He needs to get out while he can. I think that Stafford needs to sit back on his millions, take care of his wife. You know, Kelly, she just dealt with the brain tumor. Him now dealing with the back issues. Stafford, please just continue to walk and go be with your family and love, care, and support your family. I don't think that it's worth it for Stafford to keep playing. This tells me that the Lions are entering a rebuild. This tells me that the Lions will get a quarterback this year. But yeah, very good question with Cam. It's going to be dependent on who comes in and what system is coming in to coach. If you get a guy that enjoys to run the ball, likes a lot of RPOs, something like that, then yeah. like, I could very well see Stafford pulling an Andrew Luck move. The problem is that I don't think that Stafford would do that in the same fashion, like, you know, kind of like preseason, be like, oh, like, I'm gone, guys. What I think that is going to happen there is that he's going to wait for them to draft a guy, and then he's going to be like, look, I can't do this. You know, he's going to wait for them to at least draft a guy first. Because right now they don't got it. They don't got it. Fucking nobody. Like, what do you going to roll with? You're going to roll with David Blau? David Blau blows. Like, that was a running joke when David Blau got the job. It was like, David Blau blows. So, I mean, I don't know what Detroit does there. But yeah, I wasn't expecting for us to get a bombshell right when I was about to end this stream. But I'm going to go ahead and kill this last little sip here. Like I said, if anything else pops up throughout the day, you know that we got you guys. The writing staff, before I leave, I want to make sure that I point out. The writing staff is literally going harder right now than any other writing staff in the industry. And we got some writers, but it's not like we got like a huge staff of writers, you know. I'm not running the fucking Washington Post or New York Times over here, you know. I'm not running Sports Illustrated. That was a bad joke, because Sports Illustrated just laid off like half their company this year, so I take that back. But like, you know, it's, you know, please go and head to rumboyz.com and check up on a lot of the new articles that have been posted within like the last 48 hours. We got mock drafts up there. Big baseball headlines being dropped there. Jake Miller's dropping his all the big fight news. All the big fights are being covered by Jake Miller, Rumboyz Combat. We have so much that's dropped. But I mean, you know, I greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm trying to think of like all the articles. Freaking Rumboyz Central is dropping NBA articles daily. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. We're working on getting the app created for you guys in 2020. But other than that, I appreciate you all for tuning in and showing that love. Thank God I didn't become Rumboyz Cleveland. He's real. Oh my gosh. The Rumboyz times. That's hilarious. Yeah, hey, Boogie fan. We just covered that. We just covered that. Hey, he's not Rumboyz Cleveland. He's Rumboyz Combat. He writes about combat sports, so we're good there. But other than that, guys, greatly appreciate you for tuning in and chilling. Happy New Year's Eve to you guys. I'll probably come back. We'll probably do like a chill stream or something like that. Maybe I do, you know, kind of what I did on Christmas, where I do a chill stream on Sportscaster. You know, we'll play some music and stuff like that, just because, you know, YouTube ain't gonna let me play whatever tunes I want. So yeah. But other than that, we greatly appreciate you guys showing love and support. Working on the McGregor article now. Fuck yeah. Time to start gearing up for that fight, because we only got 18 days till play-by-play for that fight. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you guys got that bell. We're probably gonna be back later. We're gonna be back later on. Cheers, guys. Happy New Year. It's a celebration, bitches.